Someone did it, guys. Not only is Fan Fridays about some of the craziest strategies and now Pokebank shenanigans, but also sheer resilience that we have a Persian and a Raticate as the lead on the same team. People like, I'm gonna prove you wrong on that Alolan Persian being in your worst Pokemon video. And I know it's gonna happen. Like, okay, we got Love Disc on Fan Fridays. We've got Delcatty on Fan Fridays. Like, every Pokemon is usable. Putting a Pokemon on the worst list does not mean it will never, ever succeed. There's just gotta be something that's, whenever you have a list, something's gonna be on the bottom. And I'm putting a Alolan Persian there. But this is going to be the Mega Garchomp against the setup right here with the Solgaleo as well. Persian's gonna go Fake Out. Alright, I know the double stack Persian still there. Just that it doesn't do as much because it lost stats. And that is going to be a Sunsteel Strike. That will go and ignore the ability, but that damage will be directed at the Persian such. That means no thick coat, yo. And Garchomp is going to avoid the attack, but also get flinched. No Super Fang right there. That could have been big. Like, the Super Fang comboing into Persian. What do you got now? It looks like your team's falling behind, bro. So Solgaleo going to take huge damage from that Hustle Life Orb Raticate. I mean, that is one thing. That is one thing I did show. And also the Hustle is going to make the stats pretty brutal, like right there. Like, the chance to miss is going to be fairly high. But Raticate now eating that Sunsteel Strike. The damage getting split up. Persian with that foul play. And Solgaleo is going to get comboed down. Legendary Pokemon of the Sun loses to that. Excellent. And then the Outrage, that's going to hit the Raticate. Raticate will go down to the Outrage. I want to see how, like, the Thick Fat or Fur Coat or whatever. Fur Coat, yeah. Fur Coat Persian would survive that Outrage. I do think it's nice that Fur Coat doesn't only belong to Furfrou now, and there's some other Pokemon that can utilize it. That is going to be a Zygarde for the opponent, as Marowak is now on the field as well. What's Marowak going to bring to the table? It's going to bring a Protect, just in case there's some kind of craziness coming out from that Zygarde. But Foul Play onto the Zygarde, doing about half. And Zygarde with that 1,000 arrows, just going to throw it out there. And that will be damage. So Persian not taking anything from that 1,000 arrows. The split damage, it's going to be too much. And the Outrage is going to land onto Persian. And Persian finding enough to full defensive tank this one out. So yeah, as a support in doubles, it's looking to hold it down pretty well. The Sunsteel Strike, that did ignore the ability, but other than that, it does get that double. So it can be a very powerful defensive tank, but that's the power construct coming out of that foul play. And now we gotta deal with the Zygarde form. And now we gotta see what Persian can do to stay alive with all this craziness going on. So Persian's gonna foul play, just has the outspeed. Like, Persian does have a really fast foul play. Zygarde, though, just completely ignores it. And Garchomp is confused. Will hit self in confusion. Zygarde also throws out the 1,000 arrows again. Will Marowak... Yeah, Marowak goes and survives. Zygarde looking to be full defensive, not really doing any damage. And the Shadow Bone pegging in some extra damage onto the Zygarde. Still not enough. Persian will heal up with the leftovers. This Zygarde is tough to take down right there. Marowak will protect it this turn. Doesn't want to eat too much extra damage, maybe from that Garchomp. Also, now that Garchomp is out of the Outrage, it can Earthquake, and that's going to be scary. Foul play on the Zygarde, still trying to chip it down. Garchomp is confused and gets that Dragon Rush. Persian will avoid that Dragon Rush as 1,000 arrows comes through. Marowak is protecting itself, and this should be enough to take out the Persian. Oh, it is not, though. That leftovers clutch healing overall. All right, that's pretty crazy right there. I haven't looked into the Zygarde stats, though. I have no idea what... I haven't collected all the little Zygarde things running around. Ooh, now we have a Lunala on the field. So Lunala following up the Solgaleo. Persian with that foul play. That is going to suck to be Lunala right there. 4x super effective hit. Lunala barely survives it. And then Garchomp still confused. Hits itself in confusion. Takes a nice little hit as well. And Marowak with that Shadow Bone. The chip damage onto the Garchomp will not be enough. But pretty much Persian gets to choose who dies right now. It's honestly a tough call. Because if you can outspeed and just take out the Garchomp. Or you can also protect on the Marowak. Yeah, Marowak protects. Now it's safe. Persian with a foul play. And I'd imagine that Lunala was going for Moongeist Beam onto the Marowak, and then Garchomp just goes and, you know, it gets outsped and dies. So that's the good play to make right there for sure. And now it's going to be the Zygarde and the Lunala. But I mean, Persian's still alive. Like, Persian is still here doing it, and that's what's surprising me the most right now. Like, Raticate went down a while ago. It still did a surprising amount of damage to the Solgaleo. And the foul play, which one does he choose? Lunala is going to go down, and the Alolan Persian just shows to have enough speed to make it work in the format right now on that foul play. Just, who cares about what you're doing? Just, it's all about the opponent and being as tanky as possible. Then he is breakdancing it out with the Zygarde. So Zygarde is going to finally use a Z move, and that's going to be the Tectonic Rage. Something's gonna die. Alright, so big damage onto the Marowak as he drills into the core of the earth and explodes it out. Super effective. Marowak is gone, but that doesn't change that Persian outspeeds and wins now. There's really nothing the opponent could have done in this situation. So that's something I didn't expect. And now Muck just comes out and the battle is gonna be over. So let's go and check out another one as this battle wraps up. Yeah, there's a couple of submissions right here. I just see the combo. I'm like, all right, isn't that interesting? We have Alolan Persian, Raticate, and Zygarde finally drops to the foul play, and it's time for the next battle. And here we go. So I've just been thinking about, like, I'm not sounding super hype about this. I feel like some people are gonna be like, oh, your commentary is pretty bad on this one, and it's hard because it's not like, oh my god, they're doing this insane combo. It's just one of those, like, it's working. And it's surprising that it's working. And it's cool that it's working. But I don't really have much else to say. Like, the Persian, it's just thick fat tanking. Or not, I keep getting thick fat and fur coat. It's just fur coat tanking. And it's doing the damage off of the foul play. And it turns out to be enough. So Fake Out will shut down whatever Torkoal is going for this turn. That is going to become something. Okay. We're going to have to see what develops right there. Raticate has the Swords Dance, though. Swords Dance Sucker Punch. Is that going to come in hot right now? Torkoal now going to go and throw down that Protect. Raticate has the Sucker Punch. That's going to fail. Lilligant with the Sleep Powder. Raticate's going to avoid. And pretty much nothing happened this turn. Between the Protects and the misses and the failures. That happened. So setting the Sun and going into the Araquanid. Is that even a combo? Like, the Sunny Day is going to be bad right there. But then we also have Chlorophyll's Sleep Powder doing work. So that's going to be Eradicate going down. Also, it is going to be bad for the anything because Leech Life from the Araquanid and things are going to die. So there we go. That's going to be Foul Play. Doing a substantial amount of damage to the Araquanid. Leaf Storm going to start getting some damage. Raticate takes a big hit, but it does survive Lilligant's big attack. Foul Play onto the Araquanid. That's going to be pretty nice as well. Araquanid can only take one more of those. Raticate is asleep. So not going to see any more shenanigans right here. Araquanid with that Leech Life, though. Targeting the Persian. And Persian doesn't take a lot of damage. Super effective hit. Feels neutral with that Fur Coat. And I don't think Araquanid grabbed enough to survive right there. Water Bubble doesn't affect the Leech Life. And Araquanid doesn't have a high amount of offense because it's all powered into that Water Bubble right there. So Raticate is asleep even with that super effective move, not finding enough. Lilligant with the After You. That's what it's about right there. So Araquanid's going to take the After You, go for that Leech Life. I mean, we got Chlorophyll After You. I see it working on the Torkoal, because if Torkoal just goes for like a Heat Wave or something, yeah, that's pretty nice. Or Eruption, like if Torkoal would do the After You Eruption. Yo, I like the opponent's combo. He's got some promise right there. Araquanid will survive that foul play. And then stuff is going to happen. So Raticate's still asleep. Persian, though, doesn't... Yeah, nothing happens. Like, the sun goes away. Can't After You for the Araquanid. And that's going to mean it goes down to the foul play. Lilligant with that Leaf Storm. Its special attack is already down, but doesn't have enough to try to take out the Raticate. Raticate will go down. It went for the +2. I wanted to see some Sucker Punch, but the Hustle Sucker Punch didn't happen. And Persian, it's alive. It's there once again, and it's just killing things on the foul play. I guess the power of the fast pseudo-tanky foul play is not to be underestimated with the Persian. Foul play support, it's real. Torkoal's Drought is going to bring it once again. Alright, so we're going to maybe see this Torkoal with the Protect. Lilligant, are you going after you into the Protect again? Like, isn't that what happened? I don't know, like, Torkoal took the kind offer and then nothing came of it, so that was a little strange. That's another just Chlorophyll Sleep Powder. Persian also has Parting Shot, but Parting Shot not going to affect the Torkoal right now. That would be good. That would be good to use the Parting Shot and try to make it to where Torkoal doesn't get as much done. And now Marowak comes in. So Lilligant with the After You. Now we're going to see what the opponent's doing. So that's going to be Torkoal with the After You. Torkoal with the Solar Beam. Okay. So Solar Beam, what is that going to do? Like, yeah, it hits the Araquanid, but it's not an insane hit. And Araquanid is still asleep. Also, it's amazing how massive Araquanid is. Like, isn't it like 5 feet or something? It's huge. So Marowak is going to protect it, playing it safe for this turn right now. And that means Lilligant going to go for another After You. That's the Chlorophyll After You combo right there. And Torkoal, there's the Eruption. So that will be a Protect for the Marowak. And then Araquanid's damage, it takes it. And Torkoal just doesn't have a super amount. It's at full health, so it shouldn't be doing any reduced damage. It's like, that's just how tanky Araquanid is. But that's also how, like, intense this strat is. So Torkoal going to keep spamming that Eruption while the Sunny Day is up, while the Chlorophyll is going. Araquanid does survive. Marowak takes a nice little hit, but still just not very effective. And then the Bone Meringue. There's your super effective damage for the Torkoal. Torkoal will barely survive. It doesn't get to do much else. Araquanid with that Leech Life going to go and hit the Lilligant. So that's going to be some big healing for the Araquanid. Super effective hit. Now we just kind of waiting it out. Marowak with that Protect. Yo, the Marowak is just a diversion. It just protects and it lands a Bone Meringue or Shadow Bone every once in a while. And that's pretty good. Using that Protect to kind of stall out anything left with the Torkoal. There's a Heat Wave, but the Sunny Day doesn't get to matter. And Sunlight will fade. So now there's a chance to get some big redemption. Lilligant will take that Protect. And Torkoal will Protect. Oh no, it's the back and forth just Protect wars. When will the insanity end? The opponent's hit points are so low as well. Araquanid has that Liquidation. Doesn't matter because of the Protect. And stalemate. Lilligant goes for the double Protect. Torkoal going for the double Protect right there. I guess maybe to try to even out with his Protects or something. But no, taking the offense. Shadow Bone will take down the Lilligant. Liquidation will take down the Torkoal. So when you have the speed, it just doesn't matter. And there's that. So yeah, this is just one of those battles. Like, the battled, and then things happened. Now it's Arcanine. Arcanine, it gets to Intimidate. Then Shadow Bone, Liquidation still going to, or not Shadow Ball, Bone Meringue and Liquidation still going to be a lot of damage. So we'll see where this ends up. Arcanine with that Wild Charge though. Marowak with the Lightning Rod. You know it always happens. It always happens. Like when the Tapu Koko uses Thunderbolt to like into its own Lightning Rod, or when the opponent panics, he wants the Araquanid gone. Not gonna happen. Even Water Bubble Liquidation too strong. Even with the Intimidate, Arcanine gets wrecked right there, and the battle ends. So what do I have to say about it? Like, it wasn't. The opponent's strategy was a bit more. I don't want to like just trash Tony right now. Like, yeah, your strat sucked, bro. I'd rather see Shady. No, nothing like that. But I mean, you gotta admit that was interesting. The Drought Chlorophyll After You. That's some cool combo stuff right there. That's something we'd see on FanFries. But with Tony's team, like, it just worked. You don't know how it worked. It's just like, oh, Araquanid's bulky and does a lot of damage, and then fills out the coverage. Persian just sits there and foul plays and kills things until it dies. If Raticate wasn't asleep the whole battle, I'd imagine we would have seen some cool things, like just mad sucker punch into something. And then same with the Marowak, it just like sits there, and then next thing you know, Tony wins because of just overall effectiveness. So I still think it's a cool team and a cool setup right there. And he won with a Raticate and a Persian on his team. Props. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Get ready for some more Fan Fridays coming up next.